like a paranoid looking over my path. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the bass inside is right beneath my skin.
Hey guys, KDUBZ here again, and today I got for you guys an OU battle against MrMet620. This guy's a very good guy. Be sure to check him out. Link will be in the description. So yeah, let's look at the team preview today. Now, looking at his team here, he's got a really good anti-sandstorm team, which I definitely am bringing, as you can see with the Tyranitar, and that's definitely going to be a problem overall. Volt Switch U-turn combo with the Rotom Wash and Scizor is definitely also going to hurt, and Tracking also will wreck Train if I let it set up, if it's not choice. So let's get on with the match. I'm leading with my Landorus because I know I can outspeed the Rotom, because I am Scarfed with myself. So basically I am going to leave with that, so I can go for the U-turn, get some initial damage off, and that would be good. He deals like we do with Rotom, which is fine, and I do a respectable amount of damage with my U-turn, and I go into my Celebi, which walls completely any set of Rotom except if it has a Hidden Power Fire HP Ice, which sometimes it does carry, but looking at this Rotom, it is defensive, so it's definitely not going to have that. Most likely, you know, Will-O-Wisp, Hydro Pump, T-Bolt, and Pain Split. That's what you're usually going to have. He can switch out, go into Celebi here, which I found really awkward, but I guess it works for him. I go for the U-turn here because definitely it's going to be 4 times super effective on the Celebi, but he goes into Heat Tram just to resist that Time Force resist, which is fine because I get a switch advantage, and I'm going to go into my Tyranitar to get my sand up and get momentum going here. Now, I realize I can't do anything to this thing because this is the Tyraniboa, Crunch, Focus Blast, Ice Beam, and Stealth Rocks. So I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rocks and then I'm going to switch out next turn because I really don't have anything against this thing at all. And he decided to switch out though. That's fine with me. He goes into the back end of the Rotom Wash here, hoping to do some good damage with the Hydro Pump, but I'm not going to take that at all. Go to my Landorus because I knew I can take an Earth Power because I am flying, of course. So I'm going to go for a U-turn here. I don't want to take a Hydro Pump of some sort, or the possible HP Ice, which he probably doesn't even have anyway because he is defensive. And that is a really good chunk for it being defensive though. He does go for the Hidden Power on my Celebi here, and I find out that it is most likely HP Ice since he used it on me. But it's a very interesting set on his Rotom actually. I'm going to go for the recovery here, just because I know I can wall out this Rotom for quite a while, and he goes with a Thunderbolt here. It is resisted, so it's not going to do a lot to my Celebi. And, well, there's a lot of Active-Turning effects. So, anyways, guys, he's going to switch out into his Heatran here. Doesn't want to take a Giga Drain at all from my Celebi, or at least Storm out, in matter of fact. He takes a pretty good amount with the Stealth Rocks as I go for the Giga Drain here. I am Life Orbed. This is actually a set that inspired me way back from 4th generation from actually Kill Nacho back then, and I really like that set and that's exactly like to use it. I go into my specs Latios here as he does go for something. I forgot what it was because Temptation was lagging, but he switches out. It doesn't do any damage to me anyway. I'm gonna go for the Draco Meteor because I know it will wreck anything on his team, and he decides to go into Celebi here, which he's probably predicting my Surf, which is a really good play, but I went for the Draco Meteor just to take out and just direct train on whatever he had bring in. He brings in Landorus, and this thing is most likely Scarfed looking at it because Rotom wasn't Scarfed, and I don't want to take a U-turn of any sort, so I'm just going to go into my Skarmory to take that. Skarmory again, defensive wall like crap. He goes for the U-turn, goes into his Heatran here, which is fine because I know he's either A going to go with the Fire Blast or B the Lava Plume. As I told you before, I didn't see the move that he did, so he does go with the Fire Blast here on my incoming Tyranitar. Tyranitar is obviously an especially defensive wall here, and it's gonna take that like a champ. It does a pretty good respectable damage considering it is Life Orb Heatran here, and I'm gonna go for the Crunch here, expecting a switch of some sort, and I know Crunch is gonna do a respectable amount to whatever he brings in. But he brings in his Landorus here, which is definitely not good because he can threaten me with the Earthquake, and if he goes for a U-turn predicting my switch, he can definitely get some more offensive momentum going here. But I'm gonna have to switch out. I really don't want to take an Earthquake from that thing, and he does go with a U-turn here, predicting my switch. Goes right back into Heatran, and I'm going right back into position again. Now, this Heat Train is taking a lot of damage from those Stealth Rock and the Life Orb, and I definitely want to opt to continue trying to stall this thing out as long as I can. He goes with the Stealth Rock, however, which I found really cool because it definitely bluffs the fact that he's not that he's defensive, and the fact that he has offensive power with the what was it? Oh, the Life Orb there. I take him out with the. Actually, no, I don't take him out. Sorry, I'm embarrassed. Sorry. He switches down to Scizor here to preserve it for later, and I go for the Surf here. Choice Spec Surf does a very powerful amount of damage to the Scizor here, and he killed me with a U-turn, which is quite unfortunate. But I really didn't want to risk the pursuit, which would have killed me anyway. So he switches into Rotom here after the U-turn, and it's pretty much dead here. So I can bring in anything I wanted to. And he decided to actually preserve his Rotom Wash actually, and go into Scizor here. Just leaving a Death Fodder, see what I lock myself into. And I just lock myself into U-turn here because, again, I outspeed his entire team, and I just might also get the offensive momentum here. He goes into Terrakion, which is a pretty good play, because then he can set up on something when I go for the U-turn here, which I do go for. And here, I decide I'm just going to go into my Jirachi here, because I can go for the Iron Head, and I can really start flinching that thing out of there, as well as body slamming that thing to paralyze it. He recognizes that and goes into Lantern, which also I found really funny, but he does leave it in Death Fodder anyway, so it does not matter too much. He goes here back into Terrakion, and that thing's definitely going to threaten me with the possible Earthquake that it has. Close combat's going to do a lot because I'm not physically bulky, and here I'm just going to go into my Skarmory to take the close combat, which is good because Skarmory is definitely very, very defensive, and everything is looking pretty good for me. He's going to go for another close combat. I don't really care too much because Skarmory probably did his job and walled the crap out of his whole team. I went for the Roots here just to get my HP back because I can keep walling this thing all day. He can think he has a Life Orb, so I mean, why not? Why not wall him? He decides to go into Rotom here because he has the Volt Switch, he especially attack, and definitely can threaten out my Skarmory here. I'm going to go into Celebi predicting that, and now he's kind of stuck too because he's low on HP. I'm going to kill him off with the Giga Drain here, and he was really stuck. His Rotom was basically dead anyway, so he leaves in as Death Fodder, and I get some little HP back from my Celebi here. He goes with a Rock Slide just to take out my Celebi, and yeah, he takes me out, and I'm just going to go into my Jirachi here, seeing that he wasn't Life Orb after all, actually. Which I found really interesting. But he has a Rock Slide instead of the Stone Edge, just because maybe with the accuracy, and definitely because of the possible flinch hacks. But he doesn't flinch me there, he's locking the Rock Slide, and he even misses this turn, which is quite unfortunate, but does not matter because I'm going to go for the Iron Head, a second Iron Head in fact, take out the Terrakion, and that is game. So good game, MrMet620, and remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This is KDUBZ129 here saying peace.